Hello, I'm Judy Selesnik, and I'd like to welcome you to Meet the Candidates, a community program presented by PAT, Peabody Access Telecommunications. We have invited all candidates for municipal office in 2013 to participate in these interviews to allow you folks at home to meet the candidates and become familiar with them and their views and priorities as we move toward the final election on Tuesday, November 5th. This interview program will introduce the competitors in the Councilor-at-large race. All candidates have been invited. I'm pleased that so many have accepted our invitation and will join us for these interviews. All interviewees will be asked the same questions so that you may compare their answers. They are here to share both their qualifications and vision for the future of the city of Peabody. So residents of Peabody, we are pleased to welcome our Councilor-at-large candidates, and let's hear what they have to say to you. Don't forget to vote on Tuesday, November 5th. I'm pleased to welcome Councilor-at-large Dave Gravel. Dave, nice to see you.
Good to see you too.
And congratulations on deciding to run for another term. Could you tell us a little bit about yourself and your background?
Well, this is I'm Dave Gravel, and I'm currently a Councilor-at-large, and I'm serving my third term right now. So I've been a councilor for 6 years, and prior to that, I was on the school committee for 8 years. In and around the community, I'm known as a community volunteer. I chair the Peabody Education Foundation. I'm on the board of directors of Kids Count. I'm on the board. I was on the board of directors of Peabody Chamber, and we own a business here in Peabody. And I've been in a Peabody business. Our business is 20 years old, but we've been in Peabody as a business since 1997. I'm married to Kathy Peterson. And we've been married. This year will be 33 years.
Congratulations.
We have 4 children, Brian, Nate, Katrina, and Sarah. 3 of them just got married inside of 12 months, so we achieved that goal. My youngest daughter...
3 down, 1 to go?
3 down, 1 to go. And my youngest daughter, Sarah, is at Sacred Heart University, and she's studying to be a physical therapist, so I'm hoping she holds off because we've about weddinged out for the year.
Yeah.
And I'm a product of the Peabody Public School System. I graduated from Salem State. I also graduated from Babson College. My degrees are in English and in finance. And so I've had a pretty interesting career and pretty interesting life in terms of working in education, working in finance, and then basically starting up our own business from scratch. We employ 26 full-time consultants in downtown Peabody. And we continue to grow, even though the economy kind of let us down for a couple of years. We continue to grow through it. So we've got a good, solid business. And I'm really seeking another term because I enjoy what I do. I enjoy helping be on the council and serving in the city.
So your business is financial and IT? Or?
Yeah, our business is, it's a business solutions. We're a problem-solving business. So basically, businesses contact us with either an operations problem, a finance problem, issues associated with procedures, or they're in a growth mode, well, they need new technology. And we help put all of that together. We analyze the problem. We try to understand what the best alternative is, using technology to the best possible way it can be used, and then, we implement it. We train and we support it.
Great. Dave, what are your reasons for being a candidate for re-election as Councilor-at-large, and what are your specific qualifications for this job for the city of Peabody?
Well, running for Councilor-at-large, I never came into that decision easily. I mean, I had served on the school committee and then ran, was unsuccessful, and then ran again, and after working on a bunch of private things for a period of time. And I really enjoy it. I mean, I enjoy the involvement in the city, and I see the potential for Peabody to go from good to great to the greatest. Peabody was once the envy of the North Shore, and I think it takes good minds and people who are willing to work together to be able to get it back to that envy position. You know, I don't want to be suffering from Salem envy anymore in terms of their job growth and all the things that they're doing. I think we can do just as well. So my reason for running is pure and simple. I want to help us get to that position. I think we've done a good job of holding the tax rate down. I've been intricately involved in rezoning the city, and we're now starting to see the fruits of those efforts, and I want to continue to do that work to help bring it forward.
Great. What do you see as the most important issue affecting the city at this current time?
Well, a city requires finances to run. And one major source of finances is the commercial development within a city. We have two major areas of commercial development. We have Centennial Park and we have the downtown area. And both of those really need to be juiced up a bit and helped out and made to grow. Remember, every dollar of tax that a regular resident pays, a business pays $1.67, and they don't draw on services. So there's a lot of opportunity in terms of growing our city and improving our infrastructure by bringing commercial industry back into the city itself, restocking the park with, 21st century businesses. And I think you're seeing it happening. One of the big issues that we had was the zoning ordinances. They've dated back a few years, and we had to bring them forward. And part of that resulted in the Centennial Park being made available for other than industrial or light industrial or just simple office. So now you see more medical facilities coming in. We have a proposal on the table for a large retail facility to come in, which will bring in a lot of different types of businesses and make it more like a coming center is, where it's an area to go within the city. Likewise, in the downtown, by sticking to a mixed-use capability down there and reconfiguring the traffic patterns, I think we've created an opportunity with a little bit of marketing effort, a little bit of sales, to bring in some great commercial ventures, new restaurants, new places, new destinations for people to go. Hey, we'll never be a tourist destination like Salem, but we certainly could be a great stop along the way.
Yeah, Beverly did it. I mean, they have a lot of great restaurants downtown. So it'd be really nice to see Peabody, expand the downtown.
So to answer your question, I think the challenge is to be able to do that while we maintain a low tax rate and we provide the services that people are looking for in terms of public safety and education. So it's a delicate balance, and we have to work together to be able to do that.
Well, I wish you the best in trying to do that. Recently, there's been a lot of legal wrangling over a 92-foot pole and billboard on Lowell Street. The judge ruled last fall, I know you know all of this because you've been through it, but just for anyone who's watching who may not, the judge ruled last fall that the council had no right to deny the special permit when it first rejected the billboard. But Total Outdoor Corp then erected the pole some distance from where the judge indicated originally that it should go. That brought a cease and desist from the city of Peabody, which the judge upheld before indicating that the company needed to go back to the Peabody City Council and make its case again before the City Council. Recently, the Peabody City Council denied the special permit by a vote of 10-1. Would you comment on this and tell me how you voted and what your thoughts were?
Well, I voted with the 10 for the denial, and for a couple of reasons. First of all, when we were first presented with the image of that billboard, it was presented to us as though it weren't going to be seen, closer to the highway, further to the back, and it was a revenue opportunity. But clearly, it was not supposed to be a disturbance to the neighborhood. When the judge ordered that they had the ability, and they stopped us from stopping them, to put that pole up, for them to put it in the wrong location, and then to negotiate with us for a period of months on what I consider to be some silly mitigation efforts, like put up a big fence so you don't see it, maybe plant some trees in front of it.
Yeah.
Yes. So, my feeling is they worked in bad faith. And as a result of them working in bad faith, and then we had the opportunity to see what that pole really looked like and how it really didn't fit in that area. Up by the highway is a whole different story. Down on Lowell Street, doesn't fit. The neighbors don't want it. I think, as neighbors in the area coming together, that was the largest group of neighbors I've ever seen come together. And not that that means that they're right, but it means that they have objections to what's being presented. So I truly believe that that has to be heard and the character of the neighborhood has to be preserved. And I also believe that it didn't provide any, unique purpose or solve any special need that we had.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think that the list of reasons why it was denied is a real positive in the judge looking at it. But anyway. A little bit of a hypothetical question. If the city of Peabody somehow found itself in the black and there was a one-time infusion of several $1,000,000, how would you like to see that money expended?
Well, the city of Peabody usually is in the black. We manage our money well, and that's why we have one of the largest reserves in the state. Right now, our free cash and our reserve equates to approximately $16 million. So we have quite a, what I would call a rainy day capability. But let's assume, as you ask, that there were additional funds that were available.
One-time deal.
One-time deal. For me, I'd like to see us, one, continue the efforts to mitigate flooding in the downtown area. I'd like to see us ultimately finish the project that was started years and years and years ago, even before you were on the council, back when on Crystal Lake. I mean, it's a great natural resource we have that is totally underutilized, and we're losing it, with the weeds and the sediment growing at a phenomenal rate. I'd like to see us finish that. I'd like to see us finish the downtown reconfiguration, move the monument where it belongs, closer to the courthouse, create a green area there, and start to incent some of the building owners, the few that exist downtown, to really put an effort together to attract new businesses into that downtown. I'd like to see us emphasize providing more technology and education. Recently, the Peabody Ed Foundation donated 25 iPad minis to all the kindergarten teachers, so that they could adapt to and become available for their testing. I'd like to see us do more of that and provide more. The Higgins Middle School recently got one iPad for every teacher. These are no longer considered toys. These are instruments of instruction that bring the world to the classroom and the classroom to the world. And so I'd love to see us make some investment there. And finally, the roads. I love the fact we repaved Washington Street for a portion, and I love the fact that we repaved Main Street for a portion, and I love the fact that we're repaving certain streets with our Chapter 90 funds. I'd like to see us finish those. I would have loved to have seen all of Washington Street repaved, all of Linfield Street repaved, all of Main Street repaved, so that it presents the image of a vital, vibrant city as you drive through it, so that you get the sense of, I want to come back here. That's how I'd spend it.
You are a good budgeter. That couple of $1 million is going to go a long way. Would you like to make some concluding remarks and tell the folks of Peabody why they should vote for you for City Councilor-at-large again for re-election?
Sure, I'd love to. Thank you. First of all, I want to thank PAT and Judy for allowing us this opportunity in a very short election season to present ourselves and to present what we stand for and what we believe in. I'd also like to thank my wife, my kids, and my friends who I'm heading over to a campaign meeting who tolerate the idea of me running term after term again and again. I really believe that to know me is to know that I represent a voice of reason on the City Council. I'm a very thorough person when it comes to studying the issues, understanding the issues, and working towards a successful conclusion to problems. You can read about, and if you want to look into my background, please visit my website at davegravel.com, And clearly you can see where I've come from and the jobs I've held and the positions I've held. But I think the thing that you need to know most about me is I love the work I do. I love volunteering for the city. I love being on the council. And I truly hope that, you know, you have 5 votes. You have 5 votes on November 5th. And I hope you'll make me one of those 5 votes, because I'll return and I will continue to work as hard as I've worked for the last 6 years and more on the City Council. So thank you very much.
Thanks, Dave, and I wish you the very best in your re-election effort.
Thank you, Judy. I really appreciate the time. Thank you.